Well, the AIG insurance giant recently was disclosed paid out $165 million in bonuses to their top executives, many of whom were in the financial services division that caused the economic collapse with their credit default swaps and other fancy investments. So Congress, the President, the Treasury Department are all trying to figure out how to get back the funds, get back these bonuses, require them to be paid back or tax them away. But the larger issue here is something we're going to see at other firms in the next Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs and all these other firms that are directly and indirectly receiving government help right now are still paying out these enormous bonuses to their top executives. And that's got a lot of people in the American public completely up in arms. Well, they're in a bubble because they don't understand that how things have changed, how it looks. Uh, Americans don't begrudge people who have high incomes or earned wealth, but they feel very differently when it's taxpayer subsidized greed, and I think that's what's got people upset, and that's what's got people calling their members of Congress and demanding immediate action. You know, if you have a little fire in your house, I don't care. But if you burn my house down, that's a problem. And I think that's what we need. We need to create a firewall between the gambling elements of Wall Street and the rest of the real economy. Well, it is getting shaken up. The culture, these are high flyers. These folks think that they are the captains of the universe, and they ride around in private jets and private cars around New York City and other places, and they don't understand just how shaken up and how much people are suffering in terms of losing their homes, seeing their retirement savings vanish, losing their jobs. They don't understand what it looks like. This isn't August 2008. This isn't 2006, where people don't care or don't seem to care about excessive greed. It really is smacking people on the side of their head in a way that I haven't seen in a long time. Well, it's really interesting. I mean, with the situation of AIG, on September 16th, when the Treasury Department and the Federal Reserve sat down to figure out what to do with AIG and provided the first $85 billion in help to AIG, who was sitting at the table? Lloyd Blankfein, the CEO of Goldman Sachs. So you have Henry Paulson, the former CEO of Goldman Sachs, the Treasury Secretary, the CEO of Goldman Sachs, and why is he sitting at the table? And Goldman Sachs has apparently $20 billion. AIG owes Goldman Sachs $20 billion. It was now disclosed last week that the money that went to AIG, $12 billion of that went to Goldman Sachs. So isn't this a conflict of interest? And in Wall Street, they think this is the cozy, we're all together here, we're going to help each other out. But you don't have the person whose house is being foreclosed sitting down with the judge to discuss how to restructure the mortgage agreement. That's not how it works. So this is just an example of this cozy Wall Street conflict of interest culture that has to change fundamentally. Well, we have to reform the ways of Wall Street. We have to build a firewall between the casino economy of Wall Street, the gamblers, and the real economy. And to protect the real economy of goods and services and businesses, small businesses, regional businesses, even international businesses that do something useful, we should put a firewall in between. We need to change the culture of executive compensation, which creates these perverse incentives to just, short-term gains for the few. We should cap the amount of executive compensation that corporations can deduct. Congresswoman Barbara Lee this week put in a proposal called the Income Equity Act to limit the amount that corporations can deduct of executive pay. Shareholders should get a vote on executive pay packages, say on pay. But really, ultimately, we need to completely revamp the financial system and create a whole new structure of oversight, not only for these investment banks, but for all these unregulated financial instruments. That's the way forward. And people shouldn't lose their anger. They should use. We're going to keep seeing more of these greedy grabs for more money. And these folks think that a working economy is when they collect the wealth and it goes to the top. And we have to just say it's enough. It's over. The free ride is over. The heyday of the casino Wall Street is over. We need a Wall Street that provides serves as a capital marketplace for productive, real economic activity, not gambling and speculation. Well, what they need to know going forward is there's zero tolerance for taxpayer-funded greed. We don't want to hear any more about these bonuses and looting. The second thing is, though, I think we need to see evidence of a new sort of moral leadership around the economy and around corporate activity and corporate governance. The people who, if they disagree with these policies, they need to step up and distinguish themselves and set forward a new way of acting and behaving. The third thing, though, I think we should just remember, Wall Street is not the economy. People are the economy. Small businesses and regional businesses are the healthy part of the economy. That's where most jobs, and certainly the jobs of the future, come from. And so we should be investing in a forward-looking way in the economy of the future and let the kind of gambling casino economy die off. That's where our energy should go.